Welcome, this is Kiprono from Erose and Consultancy. You can reach me for further guide on data analysis. So today I'll be sharing much on Stata analysis history. So sorry for that. Sorry for that. So I want to share my screen. That's why I'm delaying a little bit. So let me run there. So that's the software Stata, and that's it. So don't worry about that's being written here. I'm gonna delete it. That's So sorry for that. So Stata, it's an analytical software, advanced. It's usually suitable for researchers, suitable for application researchers, suitable for any profession in that doing much of calculations and statistical software. So first, let me begin by defining areas. We have a command section whereby you're inputting your commands for data. We can have also, first I have to import, first let me import my data. Okay, data, import with the import function. Let me import my data in form of Excel spreadsheet. So I can browse all these data that I've stored. Okay, that's Osman. I have stored my data. Then open. So first of all, we have that's my data. The column section indicates the variable, the type of variable. And second column says ROA, that's month cost, bond cost, right? Loss. This financial data, so don't worry. So first we need to indicate in terms of RUC. When we click this way, we don't want to indicate the first row as SA. You need to indicate with variable name. So that's it. So we click OK. So now our data has been imported now to our software. That's why we now begin. So for us to see our data, various we need first to edit. Let's say edit. So take us to editor window. And now it has taken us to editor window. Editor window now is be able to show us various functionalities of this. You see in my right column, we have variables. The first variable is ROA, return on. I don't know the exact meaning for that. I just downloaded that data. We have month cost. We have a little bit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 variables that will be computing. So each variable has various name of that is that. We have the label ROA, type double, and that we can add that. So for the case of that one also is that. So you see, you can indicate that. Yeah, so in case you want to label for categorical, categorical variables. So that's it. So that's my data. We've seen it's okay. Let's return back to our window now. So first we want to begin by describing. Let's describe our data. Let's see if we're not going to edit a window. Describe our data. So our data now is summarized for us, and it contains, we see our data has 240 observations. That's the end for this data. The variable, I see it's 6. I indicated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The size, that's the size of it. I don't know if it is in terms of gigabytes, in terms of MBs or KBs, kilobytes. So don't worry about it. So these are our variable name, the storage, the display format. Don't worry about it. In case we had categorical variable, we could have label, for example, sex and age. You know, we need to code this for us to analyze. So for this kind of data, we don't need this because it's a continuous form of data. If we see, let's say, describe, for us to see the form of our data, which type of let's say describe our data. I think we had opened that window. Let's edit my describe. So I think we had changed save. So we described that it was continuous data. We have various types of data. We have categorical types of data. We have continuous type of data. So for categorical variables, we must code for us to have a meaningful analysis. So secondly, the next function that I saw fit for you is now, let's summarize this data. Summarize this data. This command section is very, very key. So we summarize, and it's summarized like that, and it's case sensitive. We must indicate in lowercase. So a summary for data we have gotten, that is a table that tabulates. Well, it appears as if it's an APS style for researcher. So as you see, this column is indicating the variable, the type of variable that we had, the 6 variable, the number of observations for this data, the mean, the standard deviation, minimum and maximum. In case for business research, you need this data to inform our decision making. Maybe business want to evaluate various, they were carrying out a survey to see which is the preferred product and which was in terms of mean, which it sits within which range. So you see this one are the measures of central tendency, right? So it will be good, which exact amount which are being put. So it's essentially, it's not usually about research or researchers or scientists on that case. So the first functions you've seen is summarize, that's it. If you copy this one and input here, it will do for you. It will summarize for you and generate a table in this is it window section. So this section is for command, this section for output, this section is for variable, and this section shows each property of various variable that you needed. So secondly was to show that in case we need to also we've carried out, this one is a descriptive statistic. Maybe can we be able to tabulate this data in terms of visualization? Tabulate. Can we be able to tabulate? No. Tabulate. Let's say we need to tabulate specific variable ROA, and it must indicate the exact name of the variable. for us to get the good return or the output, or without encountering an error to that. So this arrow is a variable, and let's say mon cost. Those are mon cost. Those are financial terms. Don't worry about it. So too many values, I think. Edit pin. Let's tabulate. There's an answer for that. Tabulate. Usually tabulation is in form of categorical variables. Edit bin, let's say the number of chickens and the frequency for that can be able to have. But say for this, it could be able to just tabulate for us ROA. So you see that that's the output for that. It's a huge because we had 240 observations. So that's it. Tabulate this ROA. That's kind of our variable. So this section is the variable name, and the other section is the frequency for that observation, the percentage, and the cumulative for that. So that's it. You can go on tabulating for others. So that's another descriptive statistic on that. Here we have a categorical variable whereby we have the, let's say, age, gender against a continuous variable. It would have been good to we tabulate or we put in terms of pie charts. So we can also, can we be able to use scatter plot to visualize this or relate? Let's say scatter this data, scatter, let's say bond cost. So because now these are we had some typos, scatter, this one is supposed to be caps. So I told you it's case sensitive. So let's see on cost. Scatter, I think it's we have is it double T? Okay, scatter. We have another T here. Okay. So I think we have depending on the kind of data that we had, it could have been good. The nature of the type of data we have is a continuous one. So we don't have, we cannot be able to scatter that or describe those. So another form of visualization or association, in this case, let's go now to other inferential or inferential statistics. Let's regress now or show. Regression analysis is we should be able to show an association between dependent and dependent variable. So, or the outcome variable and predictors. So, for those in research or academia know this type of inferential statistic, we have ANOVA analysis of variance, we have ANOVA, we have correlation analysis. So in case you want to see if there is an association or a relationship between an outcome variable and a predictor variable, we can be able to carry out in Stata. So we want to regress now. Regression is it double S? I think so. Regress. So now for my case, ROA is a dependent variable or the problem under study. So regress ROA. You know the formula for regression. Y is equals to BO, which is a BO plus so x1, B1 or a variable. Variable in this case can be X and B1, slope or coefficient for that. So there's that association. So now that's in terms of mathematical computation. So, but in this case, we don't need that. It is in the back end of this. So we need to regress ROA. And the factors now affecting ROA, in this case, let's say mon cost or the predictors. On cost, we don't know exact how much of this leads to changes in our ROA. So that's why we are regressing to see the association between this. And we can be able to predict based on the regression coefficients for that. So that's why I'm carrying out this analysis to show, or the showcase, in case, because these are financial matters, we don't need to see in terms of time series what changes of price. Is a price of, is a dynamic of what, or price is a factor of what? Is it factor of time? Is it factor of the political dynamic? Is it factor of supply and demand? You know those. I'm not a financial expert to know that, but there's some changes in predictors that relates directly to outcome variable of interest. Red, loss, these are the predictors. So we need to regress that. So regress everywhere. And let's type well up because it can sense it. I think those are the three predictors as a function of one outcome variable or dependent variable. Predictors are independent variable affecting. So I think we encountered some variable red loss, and let's compute. Let's request. Okay, let's copy this. Let's see if there is a. I guess my time is running up. Thing. Thank you. My time is up. Thank you for this. We'll continue from the next class. Thank you for this.